What's up, everybody? Welcome again to This Week in Gaming, episode 21, where we're going to talk about Awful Anthem, Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, tons of Borderlands 3, and some staggering Nintendo leaks. But first, as always, I'm John at Force Inept.
I'm Mike at Srej.
I'm Deion at Super Nerd Fresh.
And yeah, we got a, I think, pretty packed show. I wasn't too sure off the bat, but pretty excited now to get into some of this stuff. But first, as always, check out all the links below. We've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, we've got Patreon, we've got Castbox, we've got YouTube. Check us out wherever. Please join the Discord. That way we can talk throughout the week and play games together and stuff. Tonight we will probably be playing Borderlands 2. There's been some updates on that, which we'll be talking about in a little bit here. And who knows, maybe Apex after that if it's actually working, which is another thing we'll talk about.
I think they said everything's fixed. We'll talk about it.
Okay, cool. And then one quick note. Tentatively, this Saturday, we will be doing a stream for Build a PC, where I will be creating my computer. I'm slowly getting my parts in, and I do have to show off 2 parts while I'm here, just because.
Do it.
They probably glow in the dark.
Well, yeah, they all light up. They're all fucking
They
RGB.
do lots of glowing.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, 2080 Ti RTX.
11
there.
gigs, baby.
I'm gonna just
11 gigs.
rub it against my face. And then this one more so just because the packaging. But,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
Damn.
it's hard to see, but it's clear. And then you can see the processor in there. Yeah.
So you know
pretty
it's fast.
Yeah, so you know it's fast.
So it goes faster?
I don't know why it's packaged like this, but Intel, good job. That's a cool little thing to get in the mail and be like, what the fuck is this?
I gotta go buy one now so I can have that really cool wrapping.
I don't even know what I'm going to do with the little case it comes in, but I'm going to definitely keep it. So
It looks like an engram from Destiny.
that's what it looks like. I could not picture. Yeah, that's it. I could not think of what it was. There you go. Hey, what's up? Oversaturation. Yes. XTR/RTX GeForce ROG Strix. I've got a 980 Ti Strix and I've loved it.
All the acronyms.
All the acronyms. RGB, RTX,
EGA, LMNOP,
bankruptcy, or that's not
PRP, we've got ADP,
all the things.
ARP, is that the old people one? Oh, ARP.
That's 4, yeah. But AARP nonetheless.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I think on that note, you guys got anything else for the intro and the news?
Covered it.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
let's jump into the gaming news. Okay, so it has been a tradition through the past previous 20 episodes, continuing into the 21st, to talk about Fallout. To be honest, this might be the last one, though, because there's less and less, and now there's more and more Awful Anthem to talk about. So we'll see if it continues, but first we start with more funny than anything, Fallout 76 story, where, as if you followed us, bobby pins have been a big discussion throughout Fallout 76. The weights being wrong, and then they're fixed, and then they're unfixed, and it's just back and forth, and they, for whatever reason, can never seem to get this right. So a player, passive-aggressively, of course, mailed a bunch of bobby pins to Todd Howard, the lead director, game lead, design, whatever. Todd Howard of Bethesda. So found that to be quite hilarious, and only gamers would ever be that fucking passive aggressive to do that.
They are petty.
They are just a little bit. So really, for Fallout 76, that's a great week. No good news that I saw, but no real bad news either. So yeah, not too bad. Going to bad news, though, switching over to Awful Anthem. Actually, let me go over here first to an article on Kotaku by Jason Schreier, who, if you don't follow him on Twitter, read some of his articles. They're very elaborate. He goes super in depth. It's not like, the more gotcha headlines and stuff like that. They're serious investigative journalism for video games, which I feel like is fairly rare in the industry. Usually it's like, check out this new loot or this leaked here, and that's about it, which we'll talk about the rest of the fucking show.
Is Mario racist? Click here.
Yeah. Is Mario racist? I would click that. But he wrote this giant article about how BioWare's Anthem went wrong. So he talks about how it wasn't even called Anthem until right before an E3. They just drastically named it Anthem real quick, and they didn't really have a reason for naming it Anthem, so then they had to come up with a story behind that. A separate interview he has talks about how they only really had that one mission they demoed at E3. That was all they had at E3. So, I mean, they put this game together in about a year and a half, not even, because it started in 2012, he says, and it was just plagued by, couldn't get off the ground, the story, no one ever got it right, and everything like that, and then it became this super hurry up and rush type situation, with a lot of people burning out, a lot of people being, frustrated, quitting, things like that. In particular, interesting note he had was Dragon Age Inquisition. It was 2000, I think 14. That did so well. Won Game of the Year. It was super successful. And with these anonymous interviews he had, they wish that hadn't happened because it was such a rush development on that one. To have a success just condoned that practice. And that's pretty much where Anthem / what it was called before, Beyond, happened to that now. So, yeah.
Fantastic article. We can post the link in the chat. If you have the time to read it, please do. I think it's an incredible insight to this particular company. And, working in the tech industry myself, we often get confronted with a lot of these same challenges. Do you worry about getting your product out there, or do you focus on quality of the product? And those are sometimes they're very hard decisions to make. But listening to the fallout of what happened, sometimes they're familiar stories. And so it's easy to get sort of illusioned that the gaming industry is perfect and the stuff they put out is awesome. And it's hard sometimes to recognize the blood, sweat, tears, the late nights, the cold pizza, and all the bullshit that goes into making these games. Exactly. Yeah. So very, very well-written article. Check it out for sure.
Yeah. Like you said, working in a tech company, I mean, definitely different industry by far, but a lot of parallels like that I've seen in the past. Luckily, nothing as bad as what this seems to be. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So
it happens.
I think this article kind of went everywhere because, I mean, it was very hard-hitting but truthful and just impactful. So less than, I think, a day later, BioWare came out with this article. Not really an article, more of just a statement of addressing the article and how they stand behind every employee and all the members of the team and everything like that, and support. They don't condone their actions, but things do happen and stuff like that. So crunch isn't desired, but it happens, and they try to get better from it, learn from it, and everything. And it's pretty much ends with, hey, we care about you, the gamers, the fans, and want to do it for you. So it was very much, I feel like, a PR piece of like, hey, yeah, you called us out. We know we're not perfect, which is good. They admit that. They didn't necessarily deny anything. And we're just like, hey, we're here. We're open to criticism. So good on them at least. But damn, BioWare, I mean, they went from one of the most prestigious game development companies out there to being, I don't know, Fallout. Bethesda and BioWare in a year.
Exactly.
Jeez.
I remember having the same conversation 9 months ago about Anthem and to some extent about Fallout 76, about how, for Anthem specifically, we were concerned about EA and their hand in it all, and are we going to get a quality product with the way that EA tends to sort of churn these things out? And I remember specifically saying, well, it's BioWare, right? BioWare they shit gold, and everything they put out is so polished and it's so great. And then Anthem comes out and you're kind of like, whoa, what happened here? And then to see an article like this, it's eye-opening. And to hear the challenges working with Frostbite, which is this, amazing looking engine. Shit, everything that comes out of that engine just looks fantastic. But to hear the challenges even working with their own tooling, it was a battle that was stacked against them from the beginning.
Yeah, their two offices pretty much came at war at each other and were kind of sniping back and forth from the sounds of it, and just lots of challenges. And then the EA point you made too was EA didn't want to pay to get the name Anthem, and that's apparently why they fell back on Beyond. Didn't want to pay to get the name Beyond, and then fell back on the name Anthem, and then that just tailspun it from there, it sounded like. So hard to say how much EA had influence maybe beyond that, but apparently they're the ones that kind of flipped that switch. So too bad. Definitely worth a read if you're interested in the industry at all. It's a fantastic article, and again, Jason Schreier is amazing. So definitely follow him.
It's interesting, and I'm sure even with the best games, right, there are probably tons of bad stories or things that they had to get through, right? Even the best of products will have, a story to go through. But at the very least, this is a lot more than just, a couple things. But at the very least, I hope that this is, it's eye-opening for a lot of people, and I hope that it will hopefully change the perspective of EA, right, and BioWare. But more importantly, just changing the impact of when they look at future games the way that they've been churning them out recently, that they can kind of change that perspective.
Yeah, especially, Apex Legends, we keep going back to it about how it seems like Respawn Entertainment kind of had their own independence there from EA, and then put out this amazing game without a bunch of to-do or anything, and it just came out and just blew people's minds. Jedi New Fallen Order had better be like that, and I'm going to be furious if it's not. But next week, actually, I won't be on This Week of Gaming because I'll be flying out to Chicago at that point for Star Wars Celebration, and I will be doing my damnedest to attend that panel, and will be providing updates as I get them, / hopefully live streaming. Real quick, Jason Schreier, though, on Twitter, definitely follow him. He wrote a book and stuff, not read it, but especially after that article, I'm like, damn, I should probably pick it up. So, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on Anthem? Awful Anthem?
Nope.
Nah, that's enough. I think that's enough. On to PAX East announcements from Gearbox, and we're going to just skip most of the other PAX East stuff because really, Borderlands is what people care about. Borderlands 3 is announced September 13th. So that didn't actually come out, the release date, at PAX East. They did a little trailer, showed some of the stuff. They made a few announcements about the Borderlands Game of the Year Edition / free Ultra HD texture packs that came out today. Also, what up, Lampy? Welcome to the stream.
I was going to do it right through until I take a breath. What up, Lampy?
Yeah, Borderlands 3, a billion guns, co-op. Microsoft Store confirmed that it is co-op cross-platform as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so September 13th. It's going to come in a variety of editions. 3 of the main editions will be standard, deluxe, and super deluxe. All with pre-order bonuses. You get deluxe bonus content, and then you get season pass if you get the super deluxe. I'm not sure the prices offhand. I'm going to just take a stab. 60, 80, 100, probably what it is. Yep. September 13th. It is confirmed. Before I get into more confirmations on that date, we'll see if T Gibbs is in the chat. There's also the Diamond Loot Chest Collector's Edition.
Of course.
With a Diamond Loot Chest replica, snap model, figurines, character art, vault key, keychains, cloth map, Borderlands 3, the game, I would hope so, a steelbook case, season pass, deluxe bonus content, gold weapon skins pack for a reasonable $249.99. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, at least you're getting a lot of shit, I guess. I don't know, like, it's 10 figurines, not just like 2. I don't know, that's...
Yeah.
Somebody out there will buy it. Pharaoh Games, hit us up in the chat.
Yeah,
you is or is you ain't getting the Diamond Loot Chest collection.
I believe when I spoke to him, his response was $249.99. Damn. And that was all I got from him. So
that's not a no.
That's not a no.
No, that was
that's
not a no.
no.
It's just like, damn, that's going to be a lot of money that I spend.
I enjoy Borderlands 2 a lot, but not like that much. Like if this was
Oversaturation.
Oh yes.
Right. I didn't mean to cut you off. Oversaturation asks, "Is the Diamond Loot Chest Epic exclusive?" Good question. It's a genuine question. I think that's a good question. They do have a steelbook case, right? And so Epic doesn't do hard games. So what's the exclusivity with consoles? Do we know anything about that yet?
It is Xbox, PlayStation 4. That is a great question about the Epic Game Store because it is an Epic Game Store exclusive for the first 6 months. So until April 2020, you won't be able to play it on Steam. I put this picture in here just for T-Gabs if he's in the chat because he will definitely be getting it April 2020.
No Steam, no buy. That's what T-Gab sounds like.
Yep, no Steam, no buy.
That's how I picture him in my head.
Pretty much. I would imagine it is Epic Game Store exclusive at that point. So the download code you get for it is probably Epic Game Store. Yeah. Yes, alternative news. Borderlands 3 release date on PC is April 20th, 2020. There you go. 4/20/2020. Oh shit, that's going to be a day.
It's going to be a day.
That's going to be a day. So yeah.
You won't even buy it because it's Borderlands. That's what Dead says.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually fairly true too. Good game. I don't know a lot of Borderlands diehards out there. Enjoy it, but nothing like...
It's something like coming out of the woodworks now that the 3 has been announced. All of a sudden, everybody who talked was like, "Oh my god, I love that game!" Like, we've literally never said anything about Borderlands.
It's a very good game,
anyway.
But it's not something that I'm like... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not...
I picked it up late. I played it. I enjoyed it. Never beat it. But I'm not going to lie, the mech-looking kind of class or summon or whatever it is in this looks pretty cool in the trailer. So I will probably be playing that class. And collecting 1 billion guns.
Obviously.
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah. All billion.
All billion. Just for the loot. Okay. Let's see. Anything else on Borderlands 3? There are... Let's see. Shift codes, which we can post in the
Discord.
chat.
They're in Discord.
They're in Discord. There you go.
Everybody,
go to Discord and do that.
Below. Go to Discord. We'll be posting them in the general chat. It gets you 5 free bulk. Oh, get them off the screen, John.
Oh no! Stop looking. Stop looking. Me covering on my screen doesn't do anything. But yeah, so free shift codes there for golden keys. So those are essentially loot crates in game that you can open up, and depending on your level is kind of depending on the gear you get. So you want to wait till later level, but it probably doesn't matter that much. I think I have with the Handsome Jack collection something like 20 keys or something like that.
So when I went to this post on Twitter, there was somebody who had posted a link that had 100 keys. And so a handful of people were able to use the code and they got 100 keys and they're posting screenshots of the transaction.
Damn.
But by the time I got there, it was already gone.
Gotcha. Yeah, that probably expires quick. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think that's enough. Epic Games Store exclusive. I'm a little salty about that, to be honest, because Gearbox has had such a good partnership with Steam. But it probably will be a game I pick up and play. Although they do have split screen co-op, so not a game I would normally play on console, but that is kind of tempting. I'm not gonna lie. So
I missed that. I
Yeah.
missed
Split
that.
screen co-op on PC. How do you play split screen co-op on PC?
I'm not sure. I'm saying for PS4, I might pick it up, but
Oh,
Yeah.
got you. Damn right.
we'll see
They
that.
typically still support it if someone has a controller or something.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I've
I guess
never
so.
done split screen on a PC before, but yeah, I don't see necessarily why it wouldn't work. So,
Yeah.
are you guys gonna be picking this up day one?
I think so. Again, it's Borderlands. I'm not a diehard fan by any means, but I think it'll be a fun game that we'll pick through and play. The only reason why I wouldn't pick it up is if something else surprised us and came out.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
My mind away. So
Yeah.
who knows with E3?
Yeah, E3 is going to be something else, which we'll talk about in a little bit, actually. But before we move on to E3, more PAX East news, specifically from Gearbox. Few other announcements. So they came from below. We'll be having DLC on April 4th. I haven't played it. Looks like a kind of crazy art style game, but heard good things.
It reminds me of Cuphead a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, we have a few. Sorry, I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Oversaturation says you can't play split screen co-op on PC because you have to use the Epic Store. Dead by Dawn says 2K making deals with Epic. Hopefully that doesn't mean RDR2 PC X Epic Store release. I think man, I don't actually remember who said this. I think it was actually Oversaturation was telling me it's an Epic Store exclusive due to using Unreal Engine and
getting that discount because you get more of a
Yes,
discount on
exactly.
that stuff. Which is interesting though, because they've used Steam historically for all the multiplayer stuff, and the back end of the game and stuff for pairing and all that stuff. So they must just be totally revamping that then. So we'll see. Another announcement: Bulletstorm Duke of Switch Edition coming out this summer, early summer. He went on to say they didn't want him to commit, but he did say early summer. Let's see. Then we've got.
Doesn't feel like a Nintendo Switch game.
Yeah, it's kind of like Doom being on the Switch. It's
Exactly. I was gonna say
they've got some weird ones on there that don't strike me as Switch games, but Pathologic 2. This game looks fucking like a nightmare simulator. I don't know. Somebody said a fever dream simulator, which seems accurate. So super creepy. That one is coming out May 23rd. So I won't be playing that one. It just looks. It doesn't even look that like scary per se. Just like a really creepy story-driven game.
you should play it and do it on stream.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is splendid.
It doesn't look that scary though. It just looks like creepy. I would just be sitting there like
That's not what the
children
stream's
out there
about.
in the dark. Like that's scary enough. Like you don't have to have pop out scares to deal with the weird, creepy children. You know.
Also, 80% of the stream is watching your face go like, "What the hell is this?"
yeah,
It's not about the game. They don't care about the game.
just watching my face being really confused.
Yes.
TGAB says
TGAB
Bulletstorm
says-
News 2019. We made it.
Pop the bottles, boys. Bulletstorm's back.
Bulletstorm
We're all
on
in. Let's
Switch.
go.
Let's go.
These Mato says, "Damn nature, you scary." But that's what he meant anyway.
I
He actually
definitely-
said-
Yeah, we got it. A carry. We got it.
You a carry.
So yeah, May 23rd. Wish listed on Steam. That is done through Tiny Build, which is also done. Oh, damn it! Now I'm gonna blank on it.
That's the game that you put down for, right?
Yes. Kickstarted. It's by the
kickstarted.
Cyanide and Happiness guys. Something. The Apocalypse. It's like a battle royale game.
The
Pretty
Rapture?
good.
It's the
Rapture Rejects. Rapture Rejects,
yeah.
which is the Battle Royale one, and then there's an apocalyptic one, which is the story-based one that will be upcoming as well. So Tiny Build seems like they're doing some cool stuff with these more very small indie games. So
I have a code to Rapture Rejects if anybody wants one.
there you go. Check out Discord. Get a code for Rapture Rejects. It's fun. It's funny and cool and crude and stuff. But then also Risk of Rain 2 was announced that it was on Steam Early Access. I actually know, I believe Dead by Dawn and T-Gabs were playing this the other day. Haven't checked it out yet, but looks pretty cool. It's done by, I might probably get this name wrong, Hopu Games. It just looks
it's
like
actually Hopao.
Hopu.
That shit up.
So
It sounds like you're just being an asshole.
a little bit. Early access on Steam now. It is described as a co-op roguelike shooter action game by the guys at PAX East 2. We're talking about it. So
Dead by Dawn says, "Oh yeah, it's great." Oh, maybe he was talking about Rapture Rejects.
Nah, I think he's been playing this one.
He's talking about Risk of Rain 2. Oh yeah, Oversaturation's playing it too. Interesting. Okay. I guess I should probably check that out now. So,
It's on Steam right now?
yeah, Steam Early Access. So there you go.
Well, I guess that's getting added to my library. Thanks, guys.
And that was, I mean, lots of stuff at PAX East, obviously, but from Gearbox, those were the huge announcements that came out. So that was last Thursday, I believe, was kind of the start of all of it. So right after This Week in Gaming last week, after they teased that little Borderlands 3 kind of art video thing they did. So, moving on to what could be competing with Borderlands 3, I hope, in that time frame. Cyberpunk 2077 release date is anticipated, and this title is definitely clickbait. Release date announcement teased. Not really. The CEO went on to say that E3 2019 will be the most important E3 ever in the company's history. So,
Some strong words.
it's pretty strong words. So that, I mean, I think leads, everybody to believe that the release date will be coming out during E3 or a shadow drop, which probably not going to happen at all. But that
I would
be
love
Nah,
a shadow
not for a game
drop,
like
though.
this.
It would be
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm
It'd be
sure.
cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. I just mean in general, man. Like, I love shadow drops. I love just
Right.
throwing out a nice trailer and just being like, what the hell is this?
You save on all that advertising, millions of dollars spent on advertising that they could just save.
Yeah, you let the word of mouth go, but it fucks with my gaming schedule. I have games
true.
queued up, and then Apex Legends just
That backlog
man.
is.
That's a good point. Yeah, because that's a very good point. Cyberpunk 2077, I'm going to be taking at least a day or two off for that.
yeah,
on the release.
absolutely.
Fair.
Yeah. So, more to come, E3. While people are backing out, people are going all in for it too. So, we'll see how 2019 is. More Cyberpunk 2077 confirmations. No game over screens for failing missions. Only see a game over screen if you die. If you fail a mission any other way, it will still essentially continue, and there will be consequences or changes that happen based on that. So that was kind of interesting. I was trying to think back if The Witcher 3 had that at all, but I'm pretty sure you could fail a lot of those like significant missions by, not keeping up with someone or missing a target or something like that. So
Yeah, you definitely could.
okay, so yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, can't wait. Definitely gonna be keeping everyone updated for that one as more stuff comes out. Next one is more of a hardware announcement. The Valve Index. So Valve's VR which I'm very curious because they've had a very good partnership with HTC Vive. Kind of what that means for the Vive and different support of that. Hopefully, it's going to be kind of alongside of it, especially since we all have Vives. I really hope that's the case. But that goes on for pre-orders May 1st. And then I believe it is June... What's the date?
No cost?
June 15th. No cost that I've seen. So it's June 15th for the actual release date, May 1st for the pre-orders. I think they were saying they estimate it to be around 800. So
800?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what the HTC Vive was when it started. The HTC Vive Pro is still like 1,200, I think. Something insane.
I don't know. I got my Vive for $500. So, and I think
I got mine for 600 on 6 or 650 around Black Friday. And back when it was still relatively new. And the Oculus, has come down in price. I think Oculus might only be 400 now. PlayStation VR is you could probably get for 200, 250, somewhere around there. So it allegedly, though, this is not going to have any of the screen door effect. It's going to have none of that. What they call it, bloom or whatever impact. And the index, I saw somebody writing about speculation about how it's something about the index of refraction is why they're naming it that. So it's going to be much clearer and everything like that. So,
okay.
I don't know.
I guess.
It should be interesting to see, especially it looks like it has camera lenses on the front. If there's going to be, I don't know.
AR would be really cool.
AR would be cool. Or if it's more of a standalone wireless headset, which I feel like it needs to be at this point, but we'll see. Then also saw a Reddit post today, wild speculations, that May 1st is going to be the announcement of Half-Life 3, which will be VR. So what do you guys think?
Anything to back that up, or are people just saying that?
Well, they've always said, each Half-Life has been this kind of milestone in gaming technology, like from just the physics engine and the graphics, just like this huge incremental step. And this does make some sense that would be the next step. Although the gaming community, I'm sure there would be tons of support. I would love it. I would be fully supportive of it. But I know there would be an incredible, or at least I imagine there'd be an incredible backlash about fuck VR, we don't want VR, I hate VR, etc.
Well, paying $800 to play the game that's not fun.
If you just said Half-Life 3 is coming out, and it was $1,000. At this point, tempting. It's tempting. Just be like, here's a $100 game base. Half-Life Mobile confirmed. You shut your mouth. Diablo fan. Oh my god.
TGAP says, reading that it's all about external cameras, so you don't need a hip tracker anymore. That's actually a pretty cool idea. Hell, I just want the ability to turn off this sensor to see what I'm doing without removing my damn my headset and then put it back on.
Yeah, so the two cameras on the front, that was one of my thoughts of just like, if I could just tap that on and see through it, that would be actually pretty awesome.
Like, where the hell are my controllers? I'm smacking my PC and smacking my wall.
Yep.
This is dumb.
Where's my drink at? Okay, let me fumble around and then lift it up and
I want the Tom Clancy Splinter Cell shit where I hit it and it's get the third one in the green.
Yep.
That's what I want.
That'd be legit.
I would pay $1,000 for
that. So at what price point, especially knowing you guys already have Vives, would you pay for this?
I gotta know. For me, it's got to be more than just upgraded specs to a certain degree. I need to have it needs to be. I know you there's the wireless versions of the Vive, but I would need this to be wireless. I would hope that Steam or Valve plans on having more games with this. Give me something more. Yeah,
substantial.
That's substantial than just the same VR stuff. Because to be honest, better performance with the VR is great and stuff like that. But honestly, a lot of the a lot of the games we haven't been full-fledged games yet, like really full games, besides like remakes of Skyrims and Fallouts and stuff like that. And the other VR games, though they're fun, are not always graphically demanding, right? Beat Saber, for example, right? Not crazy in the specs. So I would just need more from a gaming perspective, and I also would need it to be like wireless and some other enhancements that Vive doesn't have.
Yeah,
I mean, say yes to that price.
PlayStation, the least performant of them, I'll say, has the best games right now. And that's the one that's winning right now. So, Mike, how about you?
I'm sort of in Deion's boat. There's going to have to be a couple of things that they need to hit first before I'll even consider it. But that being said, if we can get the wireless capabilities, it looks like this thing's got some speakers on there, so that's pretty cool. And then the being able to track yourself using the camera instead of having all these beacons all around your room. You guys can see the wire there for my Vive, and it's doing the tracking. I would go dollar for dollar with my Vive. If it checked those boxes and it was still compatible with my Vive games, but also offered some exclusives, I'd pay $500.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, for me it has to be wireless. Without trackers would be amazing. So the new Oculus, damn, I forgot the name of it. We talked about it last week, but essentially it's a standalone Oculus. I don't expect it to be that, where it's actually self-contained, so you can play games. You can literally just pack up this thing and take it with you. It's obviously going to be a very limited game set based on the demands of the game. So, but like Beat Saber is going to be one on there, and that's so amazing that you can just pack that up and go and take it wherever. Don't need base stations, don't need a computer or anything. This, obviously, you're going to need I would say, a pretty high-end computer, I would think, to run stuff. But yeah, it has to be wireless. It has to be substantially better, because I do see that, screen door effect on games, and even running the better looking games is still a huge jump back as far as, if you were just playing it non-VR. I mean, it's like jumping back to Borderlands 1 practically, as far as what the actual graphics look like on a Vive even. So
it breaks the immersion too. Anytime the screen goes dark and suddenly you see that sort of mesh, and you're like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the controllers? The Knuckles?
Yes. So that...
Thoughts?
I really wanted to be an early adopter of... They have some other kind of peripherals out there that aren't the Knuckles, but other ones for finger manipulation, stuff like that. The challenge is right now there's nothing that really uses it. So I think it will be cool. And you can get the haptic feedback chest pads, which of course I looked at and was like, ooh, I could probably get one of those and feel like I'm getting shot or whatever, but it's such a limited set of the haptic gloves. The haptic anything right now is just too limited. I think in 5 years, though, that's going to be a whole new ballgame. And the biggest thing that I want to become affordable are those things you stand in and you can run, because that is the biggest immersion breaker that you have in VR.
Omnidirectional treadmills?
Yeah, they're fucking insane. Even I would settle for a reasonably priced one that it holds you like a baby jumper, where you just kind of bounce, and then these are also good for the dating sims.
You got to get the haptic feedback underwear. Though.
Yes.
Do you have the haptic feedback underwear? Just don't have them on backwards.
So many go. So at IAPA, I got to try a VR setup where it was a VR, you have a rifle, and you're in one of these big, those baby jumpers is the closest thing I can compare it to. You're staying in that. You put something over your shoes so it's slick, and you run, and there's sensors that you attach to your shoes, and you actually run that way. It's a little more strenuous than actually running. So really, you're kind of putting some serious effort for like a super light jog, but it felt super intuitive and natural. Turning was a little weird. You have to kind of force it, but the immersion was so much more realistic at that point than having it with a cord, especially right now, and being in a room where having the HTC Vive, it's room scale, so I can go 10 feet this way, 10 feet this way, but then as soon as I do that, I get the lines, or I punch my frame, which is still broken, actually.
Yes. Good times. Playing some dodgeball.
Oversaturation, I think that was 2 years ago. Or no, actually maybe it was, I'm not sure.
At this last I did put on the Vive and got on a mounted horse and was in Attack on Titan being chased by Titans, so that's pretty cool. Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, a lot of those things are being more just experiences and like super interactive, but yeah, that was cool. The one, and actually, yeah, I think that was 2 years ago, and we did the one where you're actually running around. It's like a multiplayer arena, so we were actually playing against other people and shooting them and running around in a Tron-esque like arena, so it was pretty cool. Okay, so more to come on that. May 1st is going to be something else when Half-Life 3 drops. It's going to be confirmed. Half-Life 3.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here first. Half-Life 3. Slash I heard from Reddit.
You didn't say it was right, but you heard it here.
That's fair.
Yeah. Next, PlayStation, not really news, but just like PlayStation stepping up. A lot of talk, about single-player games being dead, etc. Then PlayStation releases this amazing trailer focusing on its PlayStation exclusive, all single-player.
That's badass.
Such a good video. Definitely worth a watch.
So much love for all of these games.
Oh, yeah. Great music to it. They cut it together so well. So God of War, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone, Last of Us 2. I think I got all of them.
What I like about this, this is like the quintessential like diss record to Microsoft. It's this is the diss track. Like, look, here are all of our exclusives. What you got?
Yeah.
And it's like you gotta it's like I'm curious would they ever not respond back, but
dude,
they don't have exclusives like that.
You can't say shit back to this video.
Yeah,
it's so good. Granted, 2 of the games they highlight haven't even come out yet, but Days Gone does come out April 26th, so just over 3 weeks away. It's kind of like my girlfriend's birthday. Don't tell her, but I'm gonna try and play that game a little bit. Hey, Siri, if you're watching, I love you.
I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, so that's one of those games that I was kind of overdone the zombie games, but now I'm like starting to kind of get back into it. As far as I'm getting amped up for this game, especially seeing a little bit more about the story. Optimistic. That's fair.
Yeah,
I hope it does well.
I've got some serious hype going on for Last of Us 2. I've dug out my Last of Us game and it's sitting on my desk here. So I kind of think this will be good. This will be a nice warm-up precursor to Last of Us 2, which is coming out 2018. Standing by
2018?
2019. That's what I said, 2019. Play fucking the video. I don't know what's
coming out last year.
When it comes out in 2020, I get it for free.
It's true.
Because that bet is still standing.
And when it comes out in 2019, then I get the satisfaction of knowing I was right.
Days Gone is your birthday? That's legit. Technically, it's her birthday the next day.
Ooh.
27th.
But that's also the day that Thanos is going to die, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. With Avengers Endgame coming out the same day of Days Gone, I feel like Days Gone probably should have waited a little bit. Granted, it's still going to sell.
They're not going to
shit ton of copies. Yeah. But still, it's Days Gone. It's Avengers. Come on.
You guys get your tickets?
Oh my god, yes. Friday at midnight. And I could not get the Dolby Theater because it was sold out all weekend by the time I actually got into the AMC app. So
I got Friday at midnight, and I am in the Dolby Theater because I tried from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. But midnight movie, it's going to be 3 hours and 2 minutes long.
Yep.
Plus 20 minutes of trailers.
Yep.
I'm not leaving. I'm not going to get home till 4 a.m.
Yep.
So, honey, if you're watching this, Daddy's not going to be able to help you at all. You spend your day with Abuela and let Daddy sleep, please.
That's a happy birthday to my girlfriend. But she's super excited for it too, luckily. Let's see. Moving on to some Nintendo news. Monolith Soft is staffing for a new Legend of Zelda project. So not too much news here. Just that Monolith Soft has helped out with previous Zelda games, but in different capacities. So Breath of the Wild, they actually did a lot of the mapping and environment, which obviously for Breath of the Wild was a giant task. And then I'm blanking on the other one. Actually, I don't even think it talks about it in this article. But they helped previously with, I believe, some like the sound effects and stuff like that. So it's kind of like they could be doing a little tiny thing, or they could be doing a giant project. So, but
Could be Monolith, could be Soft. We don't know.
Nice.
I mean, that's actually pretty good. I'll give you that.
That was the one joke, ladies and gentlemen.
That was it. But for more Zelda news, though, Wario64, who I've recommended in the past to follow for any video game discounts and deals, happened to get access to some of the inventory for Best Buy. So Persona 5 is on Best Buy's employee system for the Switch, Metroid Prime Trilogy, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So this was 24 hours ago or so that these were posted.
Wow.
And they've already been taken down off of Best Buy's thing. So,
But
yeah, it's interesting. So the other Zelda game, God, I'm blanking on Zelda games right now. The recent release one with the last Nintendo Direct, and apologies for forgetting the name, but that one is on there as well, and that one is like a confirmed game coming out. So, makes sense that if that's on there, these other things make sense they're on there, especially with the SKUs. And they also confirmed it wasn't just one Best Buy system, it was across all of Best Buy, so employees from multiple stores confirmed that. So, interesting. Persona 5 has been something I know requested for a long time to come to the Switch. And if it comes to the Switch, I will be picking it up for sure. Because I've heard amazing things. I've never played any of the Persona games. I just know they are an effort to go through just because they're super long games, but amazing. So, JRPG, I haven't played in a while.
you were talking about the musical game, right? Not Skyward Sword?
Nope, not Skyward Sword, and not the musical game. Musical game 2 is coming out. That wasn't the one they referenced. Shoot. Let me search for it real quick. It's the Zelda Game Boy remake. What was the Game Boy game? Link's Awakening. There we go. Link's Awakening is coming.
Link's Awakening.
So that was discussed in the Nintendo Direct just over a week ago. So that is in the Best Buy system as well. So that at least that lends a little bit of credibility to these as far as why they're in there. And interesting, the Best Buy immediately took them down and had not commented. So, well, we'll see if they get sued. They got sued when I worked there ages ago for letting all their Black Friday video game deals come out for Nintendo. So, lucky them.
Yeah. They don't play.
They don't play. Nope. Nintendo is very protective about that shit. Let's see. Next note I have on here, I don't even have an image. Battlefield 5 Firestorm. Still bad. Apex Legends.
Thanks for that. This just
Yeah, no problem.
It's just in. It's
just
still
in.
shitty. Moving on.
Still shitty. So today, Apex Legends went down for a while because they actually took it
did
down.
the world end? Did it end, John?
It felt like it. So they did an update, and then apparently players were seeing all of their progress wiped, which would be infuriating.
Yeah,
Luckily, Mike, you said they restored it already, so that's good. I logged in a little while ago. I didn't actually play a game or anything like that, but it looks like my character was there. So
yeah, what they had done is they had tried to migrate some users from one server to another server, but they didn't migrate their profile data with it. It's not a big deal. It was still on the original server, so they just moved the characters back to the other server. Gotcha. So it was a botched migration, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. So they did that patch today. That happened, but apparently after that, and this is like as of a couple hours ago, there was the L-Star, which is going to be allegedly the new SMG coming into the game. But after it came back up today, or after the patch, or the repair of the patch, I'm not sure which one, skins for that were available in loot boxes, and people started, or loot crates, and started getting them. So I'd say that's confirmed.
At least 2 of them so far. Yeah. Oh yeah. So somebody about a week and a half ago data mined the actual model and put the model into 3ds Max and rendered it so they could actually see what it looked like, which is pretty cool.
Oh, interesting.
So we kind of knew this data was already floating around, but the skins to me is the best, right? To unlock a skin for a weapon that doesn't even exist yet. I've seen a couple of them. The Alien Invasion skin is
on here?
very, very cool. I got a Reddit image I can send you there, but
open this.
Oh yeah, it's right there. It's
there
on the left. Yep, that is so cool looking.
That's very cool. That reminds me of Halo for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like the Needler.
A little bit. Yeah, it'd be nice to see the scale, right? If it's a little bit smaller, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's an SMG, so I mean, it should be.
Yeah,
well,
probably
I don't know.
like the alternator size.
I'm trying to think. The Prowler is fairly big, so
or maybe Prowler size, maybe. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't played that in over 2 days. Feels weird.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
God,
Yeah,
you okay.
I know. It feels weird. But this Saturday, I'm gonna get this 2080 Ti in there. I'm gonna run it at 1,000 frames a second. Can't wait.
You still won't be trash.
No, based on all the RTX ads, I'm gonna get more kills. God, you know how
You'll
this
actually be
works?
playing the game faster than everybody else.
Exactly. That's how it works. You know when it's really slow when you load into a game once in a while, I'm gonna be going full speed.
Yeah, it's actually what happens. The one guy with the RTX and that sucks every other speed from everybody else.
Yep. I'm gonna see all the ray tracing off
all
of
those
the
rays
enemies.
you'll be seeing.
Yeah, and then you're just gonna knock you're gonna have to knock the resolution all the way down so you can play.
Yeah, or I'll be like Dead by Dawn, who has an RTX card and had a lot of problems actually right off the bat with Apex. But
oh yeah,
fingers
you're
crossed.
rolling those dice, buddy.
That's all fixed now. It's all fixed. RTX feature. Okay, let's see. Next up, Division 2, the game we've played but haven't played nearly enough because we're not even level 30 yet. So the
not even
patch.
level 2 yet.
What?
I've been waiting on you guys. I haven't actually.
Told you, man. We got to play more Division, bro. We do.
Damn, we do need to do
100%.
that. You guys want to play tomorrow night? Is that a possibility?
Maybe. I have a
Put you guys on the spot. Chat, make them play tomorrow night.
We gave you an on-the-spot answer.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's exactly the on-the-spot answer.
So Divisions 2 latest patch improves weapon and skill mods, so I don't know much about that. I actually just saw this article today. And it also opens up World Tier 5, which is the highest World Tier. So previously, the past couple weeks, it's been limited down to World Tier 4. So World Tier 5 is the highest, allegedly, that they'll go. That's being released. And then another, shoot, I'm going to get it wrong, raid? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But another raid is released for the endgame content, which I'm excited to eventually someday get to.
Just got to get there, man.
18? I'm 18.
You're 18. I'm
Grind it out.
14, 15. I mean, honestly, we've only played a few times. At least I have. And I probably played 3 different sessions, and I'm level 15. It really doesn't take that long, especially if you're playing with other players.
Gotcha. Yes, T-Gabs gets more excited about walking around in real life, commenting about how the Division 2 looks just like it. not vice versa.
Yeah, not in real life. It's just like this just looks just like the game.
Just like Division. Yeah, it's so cool.
It's amazing.
Wonder how they get the trees to look the same. That's so weird.
Good. Yeah, so we will definitely be playing some more of that. Tonight is Borderlands 2, considering the release of the HD texture packs and all that stuff today, but we will be jumping back in Division 2. Walked by the World Bank level.
Neat.
It's a good level. It is a good level. Quick esports update for the Overwatch League. Stage 2 starts tomorrow. Again, Fort Mayhem got 19th out of 20 in Stage 1. Let's just hop. I'm hoping for top 15. That's what I'm going for right now.
Why do we keep doing this? Is the equivalent of Fallout? I don't know why.
Yeah, that's Mayhem mishaps, and I could just report on that the whole time.
Oh shit!
Also, thanks for the follower, Illick. The Seaman is that how you pronounce that one? Seaman.
Can you?
I like the semen.
Oh, I like the semen. There we go. That's what it is. Not Illick.
I think they just followed, so you'd have to say it out loud.
That's fair. I would have done the
Great
same thing.
Play. I appreciate that. Subscribe, and I'll read it again.
Or donate below to Extra Life. I think I have it set up right, so now that accepts Amazon Pay as well. So that's pretty cool. They're doing well this year so far. Already over $1 million raised. We'll be continuing our efforts throughout the year. As a quick side note, you've got Amazon Prime, you got Twitch Prime, free sub. Give it to somebody in the Twitch community. We'd love it to be us. And follow, sub, all that stuff. Twitch Prime, which I think we reported last week, but let me just reiterate. If you have a Nintendo Switch and you have Amazon Prime, it means you get Twitch Prime. You get free games every month, you get a free sub, like I just said. But you also get a free year of Nintendo online services. If you've already paid for the Nintendo online services, like most people, except for the one person I know that pays $5 a month for some reason. I don't know why that's a thing. It will add on to your year. So even if you already have it, make sure you redeem it, because that's a free $20 for a service that no one really uses, but is still there. So
I played Tetris 99 a whole bunch.
That's true. Tetris 99 probably gets the most use out of Nintendo Online service than any other game right now.
It's a lot of fun.
Which is
and weird. I was surprised. 100 people, like, the queues are very, very short.
Yeah, dude, people are playing the shit out of that game. But I'm terrible at it, so there you go. So speaking of free things, that's really part of the delightful deals of the week. And talk about Blackout for Call of Duty 4 Black Ops. The Blackout portion, is that confusing, is free from April 2nd through April 30th. So obviously probably trying to get back on that horse of being a popular Battle Royale with Apex Legends kind of shutting them out there for a while. So played it briefly, actually, when T-Gabs was in town. It seemed cool. I like Apex Legends a lot more than that, but if it's free, like Apex Legends, might as well give it a shot. So, some Battle.net.
Yeah, we played it a little bit before, right?
Oh yeah, we did. They had a. You're right.
We streamed this one.
Yeah, they had a free weekend that we streamed. So the first time I played
right
was
before
on.
Apex came out.
Yes, yeah, literally like right before Apex came out. Then nothing ever happened with Blackout again. We talked about getting it. Yeah, played it on PlayStation 4, but yeah. And then the last one, Borderlands: The Handsome Collection, is 94% off, which is a ridiculous thing that they even calculate it like that. But it is less than $15 right now on Steam. So yes, T-Gabs, you can buy it if you don't, even though it's Borderlands, you probably won't. $14.37, that gets you all of the DLC for Borderlands 2, and it gets you the pre-sequel and the Ultra HD texture pack that came out. I did have some problems installing that today, so I actually did uninstall the game, reinstall, and then it all worked. So just a note there that I'm not sure, being day one, if that's being a little wonky or whatever, but definitely make sure you pick it up because it's a shitload of DLC.
It is. Also, in traditional
so
Steam
much.
fashion, if you own some of it, you only pay for what you don't have. So I think I paid $13 because I already owned the base Borderlands 2 game. These Matos, I think it was, said he only had to pay $9. He owned some of the DLC as well. So
Nice.
For $15, you can have everything, and it's prorates. Pretty cool.
Yeah. If you just want to play Borderlands 2 with nothing else, $4.99. That game is definitely worth $4.99. Boredom Lands.
You gotta say like boredom lands.
And yes, guys,
That's how TCAP says things.
Randy Pitchford is my dad. He taught me a bunch of close-up magic that he demonstrated on stage at PAX East. Man, why didn't we talk about that? Should have just showed a fucking video of that. Him doing close-up magic for like 40 minutes. Oh, Randy. Why? Okay, I think that's all I got for news. So on that note, where are you guys playing? Actually, chat, where are you guys playing while we talk?
Yeah. What are you guys
These
playing?
Matos already said that his ass is playing Kirby's Adventure.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe you should play something else. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you finish up Spider-Man like an adult?
Ooh, that's
Got
right.
him.
Also, These Matos does have a good point, though. Squad is only sponsored by Archer Farms. While not technically true, we would love it to be true. So Archer Farms, if you're out there, we love your peanut butter monster trail mix, and we would love for you to send us free tubs of it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep buying it. I know that's not an incentive for you, but think about it. We've got over 10 people watching. It's double digits. Think about it. Okay, sorry. Mike, where are you playing?
Oh, man. Okay, so played Apex Legends a little bit this week. Not a whole lot. For those of you guys who've been watching the Platinum Grind, I've been playing Sekiro, Heroes Die Twice.
That looks so frustrating.
It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And I hate it, not because it's challenging. I hate it because I feel like it brings out the wrong side of me. And so somebody else I was working with today came over and he's like, yeah, man, I saw you. I caught the tail end of that fight against that big drunk guy. And I went back and watched the video and I'm over here going, this motherfucker, I can't believe this shit. And like I was getting so mad and my head was all red. I was like a goddamn tomato with a beard. And like that's what he saw. I was like, maybe I should play something else.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm playing right now. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. Deion?
Yeah, go on.
Do you play any games?
T-Geb's got that Risk of Rain 2. I see you, bro.
Just
I play games.
Just checked really quick on Risk of Rain 2. It is $20 for the early access on Steam. All reviews, 8,000 reviews, overwhelmingly positive. So
Overwhelmingly.
yeah, damn.
Overwhelmingly.
Okay,
Deion, what games are you playing?
I play games. Majority of them are with you and your annoying ass. So it typically, includes Apex. It's Division. So I mean, I went from like level 1 to level 15. So that's some pretty good stuff. I'm actually surprised at how much into the game I am. I actually thought it'd be like a game to kind of pick up and play around with, but as we started playing more of it, I kind of started getting into it. So I am looking forward to end level stuff. We need to get there. Man.
I'm done.
We do.
Aside from that, a little bit of Sekiro. Probably only like 30, 40 minutes just through the intro stuff. So I want to play more of that.
It's like 50 deaths.
Yeah, I haven't died yet, so that's good.
That means you haven't been playing very much.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
is it all cutscenes?
Like I saw your stream, bro, and like you realized way too late about countering and blocking.
Hey, listen.
So I'm gonna call you out because I watched the
you,
stream
but
and
secondly-
I'm like, bro, they told you that at the beginning.
Yeah,
I'm not that far
yeah.
in.
But listen. The attack button's on this side.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing a whole lot of this. I can't do a whole lot of this.
Not a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. But I haven't.
Though I'm at like 79.
Yeah, I was about to say when I
79?
jumped in, it was like the.
Yeah,
I
it's a lot.
I joined
think
in
I was
at
there
the
for 50.
65-ish time. Yeah, I was at 65, which probably was like 30 seconds after you.
Yeah, I was getting really frustrated at that fat guy.
That's pretty much it for me. And then this weekend, I'm gonna do some DayZ. I'm still kind of dedicated to that game. Yeah, bro. Listen, don't hate DayZ, bro. Okay, there's a lot.
He's not a hitter and quitter, bro. He'll stick with it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I have DayZ. Actually, I installed it today from this computer.
Yeah.
But
That doesn't surprise me, John.
That's all right. We're gonna get all the rays going. Okay, with that RTX.
I've played DayZ
all of the rays
half a dozen times, all at least a month apart each. So that's one of those games you go back to for short bursts. You're like, okay, I got my fill of survival. At least now you don't walk out a door and break your leg and die. So it's gotten much better. I'll give it that. I still think it has a ways to go, but
new update got some guns and some new cars and shit. Yeah.
Okay. New cars. I'll give that a shot.
Calling me out with some fucking Banana King who's able to beat Dark Souls with bananas.
Yep.
Which banana do you hit to counter? Because I'm telling you, it's actually incredibly difficult. And we could do that PlayStation here, play my game remote thing. Anybody here wants to actually jump in and try this game, I would love to share the experience. So then we could bitch about it together.
Oh, I know T Gibbs plays it. I'm not sure how good T Gibbs plays it, but he plays it.
How's your banana fiasco going over there?
Wow.
Banana, the controller of 2018/2019. Ooh, Dead by Dawn almost done with
That's almost done.
Shut up. No, nobody asked you.
Yeah.
Dead by Dawn. I'm talking to T.
Tails is crushing that too.
Yeah, Tails I know is ready for the final boss, but is clearing out all the side people first. It was like almost.
How many
done.
hours did he have though?
He had.
I probably have like 3, maybe 4.
I think he told me.
He's at like 60.
Yeah. So I'll get there. The reflexes will come. Yeah.
I do my. Oh no, not reading that. So,
John, can you read that again? I couldn't
hear that.
I missed it.
I do my banana fiasco behind closed doors. These Matos, 2019.
When you read it, you encourage him.
Cans of tuna. Wow. It's a bold strategy.
Damn.
All right, you know what? I'm basically Deion when it comes to.
Wow.
Even I know how to counter, bro.
Oh, wow. I got a counter. It just counts my deaths. I don't count.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick death counter, by the way. Well done to the art there. So, yeah, I'm playing Division 2 a little bit. Played over the weekend with Lampy, and some Apex Legends and some Hollow Knight. But really since Monday, I haven't played really anything, which is kind of weird. So it's kind of taking a break.
What's wrong with you?
I know. Been fucking busy, man. Just sitting here waiting for all these computer parts.
Yeah, it's got to be awful.
Just sitting here.
Wow, that looks terrible.
Waiting for these computer parts. Oh, it feels so good. Just put that down there. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. On that note, I think we're going to take like a 5-minute break and hop over to Borderlands 2.
BL2, my friends.
So we will see you shortly. But as always, thank you for watching. It's been This Week in Gaming, episode 21 with the Slightly Salted Squad. Till next time, stay salted.
Bye.
Bye, chat.